Once upon a time, in a little town nestled on the edge of a vast, mysterious forest, three young men, Dave, Sam, and Jack, decided they needed a grand adventure. They were the kind of friends who believed they were invincible, the sort who thought they knew better than everyone else, including seasoned forest rangers and the occasional hiker who dared to warn them about the dangers of the forest.
How hard can it be to navigate a forest?
Dave boasted, adjusting his aviator sunglasses.
We've got Google Maps and snacks. What more could we possibly need?
Don't forget my expert sense of direction,
added Sam, who was notorious for getting lost in the local grocery store. Jack, the quietest of the group, nodded confidently, though he secretly stuffed a survival guide into his backpack, just in case. The trio set off one sunny Saturday morning. Spirits high and backpacks loaded with all the essentials, a giant bag of potato chips, 2 cans of soda, a first aid kit that none of them knew how to use, and of course, Sam's expert navigation skills. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they quickly realized that Google Maps was not as reliable in the wilderness as it was in their small town.
Your location cannot be determined.
The app cheerily informed them.
No worries, guys. We just have to keep walking north.
Which way is north? Jack asked, looking up at the sky. Sam pointed confidently in a random direction.
That way.
2 hours later, they were still walking north, which turned out to be a giant loop that brought them right back to where they started.
Look! It's the same weird-looking tree with the bird nest. We've been here before.
Impossible. I'm sure we went north. Maybe the forest is messing with our compasses.
None of us have compasses, Jack pointed out, pulling out the survival guide and flipping to the chapter titled, What to Do When You're Lost in a Forest. Dave and Sam watched as Jack read aloud.
Stay calm, assess your resources, avoid panicking.
Sam looked at the bag of potato chips.
Our resources are dwindling. We need to conserve our energy.
What about your expert sense of direction?
Dave asked, now visibly nervous. Sam paused.
It's recalibrating.
Another hour passed, and now the sun was beginning to set. The shadows grew longer, and the forest, once a playground for adventure, now seemed to close in around them with its eerie whispers. Dave's sunglasses were no longer helpful, and he reluctantly put them away.
We should set up camp. It says here we need to stay put and build a shelter.
Great idea. I've got 2 soda cans and a half-eaten sandwich.
I've got a pack of gum.
Okay, I've got matches, a Swiss Army knife, and a small tent.
Why didn't you tell us you had a tent?
I thought we were going on a short hike. I didn't think you'd get us lost, Mr. North.
They clumsily set up the tent, and after a few failed attempts at lighting a fire, which mostly involved Sam nearly setting his own foot on fire, they finally managed to get a small blaze going. As the fire crackled and they shared the remains of the chips and soda, a loud rustling came from the bushes nearby. The three froze, eyes wide.
What was that?
Maybe it's a bear.
Or a wolf.
Suddenly, a small, scruffy raccoon emerged, staring at them with curiosity. It sniffed the air and then casually waddled up to their campfire, snatched the half-eaten sandwich right out of Dave's hand, and scampered off into the woods. The three of them stared after it, mouths agape.
That raccoon just stole my dinner.
We should chase it.
No, we stay put, remember. We need to be smart about this.
And so they waited and waited. They waited so long that they all fell asleep around the dying fire. The next morning, they awoke to the sound of voices, familiar voices. As they blinked the sleep from their eyes, they saw a group of locals approaching, led by the town's forest ranger.
There they are. We've been looking all over for you three.
How did you find us?
You left a trail of potato chips and soda cans. Easiest rescue mission I've ever been on.
Embarrassed but relieved, Dave, Sam, and Jack followed the ranger out of the forest. They'd had their fill of adventure for a lifetime, at least until next Saturday, when Sam suggested they try exploring the caves on the other side of town.
After all, how hard could it be?
And so their misadventures were far from over, but that's a story for another day.